What's going on, guys? It's Team Akardsky back with another video. We're here once again with Mr. Blaker,
Yeah, sure.
Mr. Horsey.
Yeah, sure. The one and only.
So you've been busy lately. Tell us a couple accomplishments that you've done.
Yeah. So yesterday we got second place at Brainwash Cards VIP qualifier for YCS Columbus.
God, yes, both of us.
And then weekend before that we got 28th place at the Maryland Regional, Frederick, Maryland. So we got our invite to nationals finally.
What were we playing?
The same deck, Dracotail.
Good old Dracotail.
Yeah. So I played the same list for both events. There's zero changes to it because I didn't feel like we needed to do any changes to it because it already seemed like it was perfect. I mean, there was one thing yesterday with the multiple Erdla, like spoiler, there's multiple Erdla on the list, but yeah, we'll get to it. But that was the only time that it felt like really bad, but I mean the whole time at Maryland, like the Erdla is fine.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Any shout outs before we get started?
Yeah, sure. Team Akardsky as always. Love you guys.
God, yes.
And obviously shout out to Unmatched Gaming, and also shout out to Brainwash Cards.
God,
obviously.
Yes.
So they just moved to a new location not too long ago, so go check them out if you're in the area ever.
Yeah, that store is sick.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. Yeah, but yeah, that's about it.
All right.
So, all right.
Special guest Roman.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to the prodigy.
All right, let's get into it.
Yeah, so remain deck, 3 Fimena, 3 Lucius.
Our favorite pitch.
3 Erdla, 1 Pan, 1 Malulu, 1 Fritzl. So the only change that I made is the 3 Erdla with Yummy Azamina and a bunch of decks running around that like to play back row. Like going 5 mana on turn 0, like their turn 1 to pitch Erdla and pop like Deception, or if you just let them get to their end board and then you 5 mana and like the end of main and Erdla pop whatever they said. It feels pretty good. And plus also this like into the Dracotail mirror is also pretty nice too, because
just pop whatever they set.
Yeah, because like if they have to set Ketsu or Rahu, you can like Erdla pop it right away. Like and obviously there's only one Ketsu, so you're not getting punished by like another Ketsu.
For sure.
Yeah, so and then obviously the one that's here are self-explanatory. So I mean, everything else should be self-explanatory at this point. For the Albaz stuff, 2 Fallen, and then we're still playing the OG.
Still feels pretty good.
Yeah, with the Albaz fusions, you have to play this. Like there's so many times yesterday and at the Maryland Regional where like fusing off 2 guys to summon and Dogma and shuffling their follow-up bet is just too strong. And then also he's just a big body because he's 35 and unaffected, and so he's also just really tough to out as well.
Nice.
So, and then we have the Ecclesia and the Cartesia, obviously. So that's it for the engine monsters. Hand traps, 3 Ash, doesn't need an explanation. 3 Veiler. This still just feels really good. I'm not playing Droplet. There was times where I did miss Droplet, but just being able to have the extra hand trap for going second just feels nice. And plus, this is also technically searchable with dumping it off Brain Infusion and then adding it back off of Arthalion. That you're probably never doing that, but it's just a funny play that you like can do.
It's funny because you can also use it for fusion material.
Yeah. So yeah, it's also just a spellcast you can use for like Secretarian Dragon too, which is also funny. Or if you get like a dragon. If you use Veiler and you have Secretarian and you have a dragon that you want to summon, you can just put the Veiler back in your deck. So you're putting a hand trap back into your deck, which is just funny. And then 3 Fua. This doesn't need an explanation. Main deck Droll. This feels pretty good actually.
Interesting.
We have a hard time in a VSK9. So this helps that matchup. And then also for Yummy Azamina. Droll into that deck makes them play a lot more like awkwardly, I guess. Because if they do their first search to be the Destruction Dark Magician and grab the Gaze and you Droll them there, you're keeping them off the Sylvia, and then like vice versa, if they use Deception to tribute the Witch to get hollowed, then you're keeping them off of the Dragoon package. So Yes, so it's basically you have to pick which Omni-Negate you want to play into, and I'd rather play into a Sylvia over Dragoon just because Dragoon's just a big body that's hard to out because you can't destroy it or target it.
For sure.
So, and then the last hand shot's the 1 mag.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, with all the Yummy running around, this is pretty good. And then
Just search his engine in the end phase.
yeah,
Grab your Fallen, grab
yeah,
you any Dracotail name.
yeah,
Well,
any of the dragons,
dragons,
that you're missing.
yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, this just feels pretty good. But like, you're only running this. You're not running any other Bestials because Bestials just don't feel like that great. But I mean, they're fine.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it for the spells. For the monsters. For the spells, 3 really good Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Nice.
Another really good Yu-Gi-Oh card. This is a Dracotail deck, so you got to play these cards obviously, and then and then 2 more really good Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
We got Branded Fusion at home and Branded Fusion.
Branded Fusion, and the Branded Fusion at home is actually better because like you just get to set all your purple cards and go out to the races, so it's great.
Nice.
2 Fall on the Virtuous. This card's okay. We have multiple ways to search this card, so I don't really think you need to play 3 because it's already very searchable. And people know how to play around this card by now, and there's a bunch of cards in the format that either can dodge targeting effects or are just protected from destruction effects. So it's not as great, but I mean, obviously obviously you're still gonna play this card because it's a branded deck.
For sure.
So
it's another piece of interaction.
Yeah, and plus like the effect of summon back is also just relevant.
Yeah.
And then the last 3 cards, because it's a 40 card deck, is just the three traps. I know I cited Horn before when I was on here last time, but definitely just want to play these cards for sure, just because like you're already really good at going first.
So why not make it better?
Yeah. There was a game in Maryland where we drew all 3 of the traps, and we still won.
That's crazy.
It was really funny because I'm looking at my hand and I'm like, yeah, this feels really bad, and then it turned around. It was really good. So I mean, so 40 card list, pretty straightforward.
Nice.
For the extra deck, 2 Arphalion, 1 Gudamel, 1 Shawless. This is pretty standard at this point. You don't really need the 3rd Arphalion. I never really missed it, and plus, like, you have Shawless to shuffle it back. You have the Ecclesia Synchro. You have Secretarion. You have so many ways to put Arphalion back to recycle them, and then obviously Gudamel needs no explanation. Help break boards, and then Shawless also just helps recur, and then you also can out cards with that as well. So pretty straightforward there. And then I'm still playing the Star Source just to out Dimensional Fissure, and then also just being able to like pop cards is also just really nice too.
Yeah.
Like going into a board, you can just pop 2 cards before you even like start playing. If you see like Branded Fusion, you can just like start picking apart their board if they don't negate the Branded Fusion. Like against VS Canine, you can like start picking apart the board, and you can like force out the trap right there and whatnot. So I mean, obviously, if they have Ash for Fusion, they have Ash, but that's also 1 less fire that they have now for their effects. So it's also just really nice. For the Albaz Fusions, Libellion, still feel like cutting this card, but I can't cut this card because as long as Shifter and D-Fish are in the format, I need this card. Mirror Jade, you're playing OG Albaz, you obviously need this to fuse with their guys.
Yeah.
Titanic Clad, the Lyre Dancer out, and then either summon OG Albaz or Fallen of White, or just search Fallen of White so it gets you follow-up. Albion, if I did cut Libellion, I would play a second one of this for sure. Sanctifier, because I don't feel like losing to Evenly Matched. And also, this card's just crazy. There was one time where I played Yummy Azamina, and I summoned back his Dragoon after I outed it. And because the gaze counts as a fusion summon, so the Dragoon's properly summoned. So you can bring the Dragoon back from grave off of Sanctifier, and so like now I have an Omni negate if I don't kill him. So it's just really funny to have an Omni negate.
Yeah.
So and then obviously if you get the Secretarion, they can't activate their Dragoon at all. So it's really funny. The Secretarion out for the mirror match, and any dragon deck. I'm sorry. And then search Brain Infusion and Phase if you so choose. Dogma, this card's crazy. Being able to fuse off 2 of their guys to summon this, and then you also get to shuffle their follow-up back, and then he's also just 3,500 unaffected, so he's just really tough to out. And then if he's sent, you get to search Fallen the Virtuous in phase. So
Always
really
love
nice.
that.
Secretarion, this card's crazy. Follow-up, Floodgate.
For any dragon or spellcaster.
Yeah, for any dragon or spellcaster. Yeah, there was 4 times at Maryland where people tried to use the Abel Star under this, and because I guess they just forgot that he also just negates spellcasters as well.
Yeah, she's not a spellcaster.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, if you squint, she's not a spellcaster. So, but yeah, so I guess people just didn't know. So
Nice.
I mean, we'll take that any day.
Nice.
Ecclesia Synchro, this needs no explanation. You play this for sure.
Yep.
And then SP. But honestly, I didn't summon SP like a single time, except I think like 1 time yesterday against the Yummy Tri-Brigade deck that won the VIP. And it's only because we went into like a grind fest, and that's like the only reason why I did it. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So SP could be cuttable, but I mean, it also just comes up too in random situations.
Yeah,
so,
SP's a really good card.
Yeah. All right, for the side deck, 3 Nibiru. This is mainly just for like the pile decks running around, and also this just helps into just like any deck that if you fool with them, you're already like committed. They're already committed to a half board, so they need to be able to make whatever half board they can in 5 summons, and most decks aren't doing that, unless it's Dracotail. If they don't start with the Albest stuff, if they start with the Albest stuff, then it's over 5 summons. But if it's only Dracotail, then they're not playing into this. But I mean, you're never siding this card into the mirror match, because it's like
It's not good.
It's not good at all, because like even if you nid them, like they're still gonna get all their effects in end phase, and they're still gonna have all the traps, and
For sure.
yeah, it's just not good.
You can also use this to out Liger, because you fuse with that in Albaz.
Yeah, because these side this in against Lunalight, going first and second, because because you can set up your full board and then have nib, and so like now the Lunalight has to play through your whole board plus the nib, and then obviously going second, you're gonna play this because you just nib them right before they get to Liger, and then you can also Brain Infusion, dump it to make the Titanic Lad and make it big enough to run over 1. So you can run over 1, and then you just have to kind of pray that the Titanic Lad can stay for a turn, because it's unaffected by monsters summoned from the extra deck, so Liar Dancer can't out it. Yeah, so that's that. 3 Fenrir. This card's just too free, because it's a free body, and then it also gets you another monster for your Dracotail fusions. So, and it's also a decent interruption too, being able to banish something face down. So it's just
Gets rid of any problematic banishing card.
Yeah, and against like Retaliating Sea too, it also helps out a lot, because people are siding Retaliating Sea right now for this deck.
Right.
So yeah, it's just too free not to play. Perulia, just for VS Canine and like Radiant Typhoon, and decks that just don't die to Fua is the only reason why this is in here. But I mean, obviously, it's playing 6 Charmies is pretty much like standard at this point. 3 Bell. This is for Mitsurugi, and also for the mirror match and Radiant Typhoon. I didn't play a single Radiant Typhoon at either event.
Interesting.
So yes, I mean like this card didn't really come up a whole lot, but against like Dracotail, you did side this in for sure for the trap cards, and then you also you can side this in for Mitsurugi. It's just you can, if they have mirror, it's kind of rough because like they chain block, so you're not gonna get as much value. But you can also just bell the prayers and just hope they don't have a second one, or you can also bell the mirror to a ritual summon. So yeah, but Bell is pretty alright. Plus, it's also just a monster. So sometimes you just need monsters.
True.
And the last 3 cards is Heartbeast, Lightning Storm, and Callby. So I mean, it's a 40 card deck, so you're gonna see these at some point, especially if you pair these with like Charmies and you're just drawing cards. You're gonna see one of your blowout cards eventually.
Sure.
Obviously, you side this in for drawing first, and then sometimes you want to even side this in for drawing second, because against like Yummy Azamina, if they like go Silva to negate, you can like chain the call by to negate the Silva because it tributes for cost.
Certain scenarios you can also called by there for 5 mana if it's the mirror match.
Yeah,
They go 5 mana if you don't necessarily need a way to fuse. Like if you have Rahu or Ketu.
Well, so funny you say that, because at the regional I actually did that in the one mirror match, because he went 5 mana, I went chain call by, and then I chained my own 5 mana.
Oh yeah.
So my 5 mana resolved, and then his didn't resolve because it was under call by.
Yeah,
so,
that's pretty good.
that was very funny. Yeah, that was very funny to. That was very funny to do. Definitely not correct in most instances, but for that instance alone, it was very funny and very correct.
For sure.
And then obviously Lightning Storm Heartbeats is also for Dracotail. I mean, yeah, it's going to eat a flame, but that also means your Ketu and Rahu aren't eating a flame. So I mean, I'm definitely okay with that.
That's a win. Yeah.
And then if they don't get the flame, then you just get to out their whole back row. Or if you have Ash Bell, then if they flame, then you just chain that, and then their whole back row is all gone now, and they have to flip all their traps preemptively, and so they won't get like the most value out of their traps. So, but yeah, so list felt pretty good. I don't think I would change it at all. I think the list was perfect, honestly.
Not even Urgala to 2.
No, not Urgala to 2. Not after the plunder at the VIP.
Drawing double Nib, double Urgala, and a Fenrir.
It was not fun. It was not fun. If we had more time, then I definitely would have won. But I mean, that's just the time rules, just the game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, can't really complain about it. So, but yeah. So, and also shout out to the goats. Shout out to the goats.
God, yes.
Shout out to Ryan, who's not here. But yeah,
he's not dead. He's just not here.
Yeah. He's not dead. He's just not here. But yeah. Shout out to my boy. So,
oh, well, hey, thanks for the deck profile, sir. Congrats on topping at Maryland, and congrats for getting second place
thank you,
yesterday.
Thank
Excellent
you,
job. Team Akardski, signing out.
Signing out.